host, Matt Baker from The One Show. Hello.
Hello, how are you, Alex?
You're very good at that. You try and make a feature of somebody who's sat there. Unfortunately, some dull people, it doesn't go so well, does it?
I don't know. I haven't come across any of those.
I liked it last night because you... well, let me try and see if I can recreate the moment.
The Gok 1 thing.
Yes,
Here
it was
we go.
Gok. But your timing was a bit off, if you don't mind me saying, Matt Baker.
Yeah, we don't over-rehearse, you see. That's the key.
You rehearse at all, do you?
Keep it fresh.
I want to be you. Let me tell you why. Everywhere I go, the women say he's a nice bit of trouser. Congratulations.
Thanks. I don't know what to say to that. Is that what you want in life, Alex?
Yeah, it's something I've never had.
Honestly, maybe change your change what you want.
Well,
in
no,
life.
I've just been reading out. We did an article on obesity, you see, at 10 o'clock, and I was reading that the worst case of man boobs in the whole of the UK are here in Leeds, and I'm thinking of having a reduction myself.
Okay.
Is it something you can recommend?
I would say hit the gym first, continually, and then see what happens. Put the effort in, you'll get a lot more out of it.
Is that right?
Honestly, trust me, it's worth it.
Has this been the best year of your life?
It's been a good one. It has. It's been very busy, to be honest with you. I haven't had much time to reflect on it because everything's been happening very, very quickly. I mean, I have to say Strictly was absolutely incredible. It was everything that you would ever hope it could be. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thrived on the whole kind of just the challenge of trying to learn routines so quickly and then, performing them on the Saturday Night Live in front of, lots and lots of folk. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. I finished that and went on to do the tour. I've been doing Countryfile throughout the whole lot, which was pretty challenging, to be honest, to try and keep everything going. And now I finished on Sunday in Glasgow, and then got the flight down on Monday morning, and sat straight on the One Show sofa on Monday night. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, to be honest.
I'm surprised by your answer because I thought you were going to say, absolutely, I've never had a year like this. What year was better then? Do you know,
I've ever since I was a little boy, I've really kind of pushed myself to do what I want in that year, and if you set yourself personal challenges then, and if you then achieve them, then I guess you have a good year. But I've had wonderful years. I mean, Blue Peter was amazing. I mean, every year on Blue Peter was extraordinary. You walk into the office and say, I fancy flying a jet this week, and they go, all right then, and you do that, and you travel the world, you meet some incredible people, and then and I've kind of just carried on with that, really.
It's the same on this show, by the way. Just the other day I said to the producers, I said, could we do an article on sausage rolls? They said, yes, go into Leeds and stop at Greg's. You see, it's the same kind of thing, isn't it?
Exactly. Exactly. Get an idea and follow it through. It's the best thing ever.
I think the reason people like you look like one of us. Do you know what I mean? You ask nice questions. You don't seem to have your head up your backside. Has that always been important to you, to kind of keep your feet on the ground?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to be honest, I don't really like offending people, and I just like finding out what makes people tick, and I just enjoy folks' company, to be honest. And I think it's kind of stems from growing up in the northeast, and growing up in a farming community and all of that, and just enjoying life, I suppose. Like you were saying before, you're enthusiastic about the stories and the things that you're covering, and you want to find out about them. I think it's I am actually interested in the things that I do, and really with the programs that I've chosen, I've only ever gone for those that I'm close to or I feel strongly about, and therefore you can bring I suppose a bit of yourself to it, but also be intrigued about what the topics are.
I think in this business it's half alchemy, half timing, and the other half, if there are three halves, your personal talent. I mean, it was just lucky that you happened to fill in for a while at a time when the show was falling apart, and you did a great job, and you came across with warmth. A lot of things.
For me, people often say to me that I'm lucky in this, that, and the other, but actually, I believe that luck is a lifetime of preparation for a moment of opportunity. And if you're not ready for it, it won't happen. And those things will just pass you by. But if you have put some work in and you've done something and you're ready for it, then you do create your own opportunities. But
you're absolutely right. And I tell you what, they've had some doozies on that couch, haven't they? Trying to fill in. I tell you, it didn't go well for everybody, did it?
Well, I can't comment on that.
Is it fun being live every night on TV with big stars? And does it ever become normal when they know who you are before you shake their hands?
It's always fun, and to be honest with you, it's funny really, because people say, do you get nervous and all of that? But the fact of the matter is, the guest that comes in is always more nervous than you are, because you're kind of in control. They're a little bit kind of, what's going to be happening and what questions you're going to be asking me and all of that. So you kind of want to make people feel comfortable from the second that they walk through the doors, really. And because of that, it's got a really nice feel to it. And I just want to bring about the feeling that whoever's sat watching at home, sat on their sofa, it's almost as if their sofa's just opposite the one that we're sat on, and that they feel part of the conversation. So,
do you ever think about the fact there are literally millions?
Never. No, never. I mean, you can't really, to be honest. And that's something that stems from Blue Peter. I always only ever used to think of one child sat there on their knees in front of the telly, and you're just sat, chatting to them, and that's how I always feel. Because really, your audience is never more than 3 or 4. If you think about a household, it's only ever going to be a lounge full of even a maximum of 5 people. So if you can, there's less people watching at home than there are actually in the studio, if you think of it that way.
Well, I think you have made it look so easy, and that's the great skill to any host. You talk about the preparation. You absolutely look confident in it, and that's not always easy with a live program, because things do go wrong, don't they, regularly? Yeah,
of course. But the key is as well not to overthink what's going to happen. Of course, be across all the content and what you're going to be talking about. But if you plan it too much, it can only go wrong. If you kind of just go with it, then you're not sure what's going to happen, and therefore it's a lot more relaxed. If you start thinking, this is supposed to happen now, and it all goes wrong then.
Had a big row on the breakfast show this morning with Martin and Catherine, because I was talking about you, and I said you'd got an interesting face, and Catherine went very defensive because she thinks you're delicious, and she said you got lovely teeth. I thought that's a strange thing to say about somebody, isn't it?
Do you know, the ex-editor of Blue Peter used to say that I was handsome ugly. So take from that what you will.
Yeah, I'm just ugly. That's what my editor calls me. Hey, listen, before you go, we must talk about you being an ambassador for the National Lottery. What's all this about?
Yes, well, what we're doing, basically why I'm on the radio today, is that I'm shouting out about the fact that we're trying to find the UK's favourite lottery funded projects, and there's a big star-studded event later on in the year where we'll be finding out all about those people that have dedicated so much to lottery funded projects. And the idea is that you've got to get your nominations in by this Friday. It's 5 o'clock. So that's on the 18th. And so if you've got a connection with any lottery project, or you know of anything in your area that you think deserves a bit of recognition, then all you have to do is go and log on to www.lotterygoodcauses.org.uk and then nominate that project, and hopefully they could be part of this massive night that's going to be happening later on in the year.
Very good. You're new into the job. Who's your dream guest to be opposite you on the couch?
It's a good question. Do you know, loads of folk, to be honest. I've met the Queen 3 times, but also in her environment. I think it'd be nice to see her sat on the One Show sofa.
Come on, get a hold of yourself. I know you're up there with the best, but the One Show ain't getting the Queen for an interview. Come on, don't be silly.
Well, watch this space. You never know. We should get her on to find out what her outfit's going to be like for Will and Kate's wedding. Maybe that's the quirky twist. The one.
I think you could get that. You two. You could get William. I can see them doing that. That's possible.
Do you know, I play a bit of polo myself, so that might be the little thing to kind of entice him.
There's your in-line. Yeah. And what's your day like now then? We're coming on 10 to 11 now. What happens next for you?
I'm going to talk to a few more radio people all about these wonderful lottery awards, and then then I'm going. Listen to this. I'm off to a seminar. Right, this is really funny. Off to a seminar, and it's called The Art of Interrupting Graciously.
Is this a BBC thing?
Yeah, it's a BBC thing.
Fabulous. Yeah. I ought to go on that, because I just butt in. I just can't be bothered to wait. I think time's too short, isn't it?
It's funny, actually, because on that point... Yes. See, I just did it then. Did you know it?
Yes.
On that point, and then you do, there you are. So
the One Show's on... I tried to get in there and you carried on talking, you see.
That wasn't very gracious. I've just done it to you.
Oh! Hey, listen, lovely talking to you. Can we do this properly? Because I've got so many questions to ask you. Right. And we haven't had any time. The One Show's on tonight. All right, enough for it. It does get on your nerves that after a bit, doesn't it, to be honest? The One Show is on tonight, and that'll be 7 o'clock, and you can find out more from the National Lottery people. What's the website?
It's www.lotterygoodcauses.org.uk.
Would you say hello to Catherine? She thinks you're lovely.
Catherine, hello. How are you? Is Catherine there? She's not replying.
No, she's in the. She's gone home. She does the breakfast show.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
Nice to talk to you, Matt. All the best. Good luck on your conference. You'll need it.
Alex Belfield in the morning.
BBC Radio Leeds.